Look, page 327. We have been working with decimals and their place value. Today we are going to work with rounding decimals. Gonna make it? Did I hit the button? I did. Okay, page 327. In car racing, times are measured to the nearest thousandth of a second. So how many numbers after the decimal is that? Three. The time it takes 10 cars to make one lap around the short track is shown. Sort the cars into boxes using the time for each car to the nearest second. Okay, so we want to round to the nearest second, right? So what number are we going to look at? The number in what value? Not. That's the one we're rounding. What number do we have to look at to tell that one to do? What place value is the next number? The 10th. The 10th. So we're going to look at the 10th. What does the 2 tell the 5 to do? Stay the same. So where would that one go? Car 1. Let me fix my. Okay. What number for car 2? What number do we need to look at to tell the 4 what to do? The 8. What does the 8 tell the 4 to do? Go up. Go up. So what would 14.834 round to? 15. So which one would that go in? 15. Okay, what number do we need to look at for car 3? 4. The 4. What does the 4 tell the 6 to do? Stay the same. So 16.43. What would that round to? You guys gonna make it? So that goes in the third one, right? Okay, what number for car 4 do we need to look at that's going to tell the 5 what to do? The 0. What's the 0 tell the 5 to do? So what would 15.009 round to? Dad's just going to watch this video and I'm like, what is this actor doing for the 4 children? Right. Okay, 15.873. What number do we need to look at? Or what one will tell? Which number will tell the 5 what to do? The 8. What does the 8 tell the 5 to do? So 15.873, what would that round to? 16. 16. So that would go here. All right. Okay, we're going to stop there with that one. We're good. Okay, so we're talking about rounding today. I don't think you're going to make it. They sound productive, at least. Means like it sounds like they're getting stuff up. It's so hot now. You need to go stand by the window. Take your water with you. Okay, to round is to replace a number with a number that is simpler and is approximately. What's approximately mean? About the same size as the original number. Okay, we know that, right? We did rounding last year. Okay. In a long track car race, a driver's lap time was 28.266 seconds. Okay, so it says label the tick marks to show where the driver's time can be represented. So this is 28.2 or 28 and 2/10. All the way over here is 28.3 or 28 and 3/10. What would this one be? 28.2. Good. How would we say that? 28 and 2100. Good. 28 and 2100. What would this one be? 28 and 2200. How about this one? 28 and 2200. Oops. This one? 28 and 2400. This one?
28 and 25.
This one?
26.
Do you need to go get a cough drop from Mom?
No. It's because I didn't take my off medicine this morning.
What would this one be?
28,
2700. This one?
28.
This one?
28 and 900.
And then we have 28.3. So where would 28.266 or 28 and 266 thousandths be?
28 and 2600.
So it would be right there?
A little bit more than.
What would it be in between?
28 and 2600.
Right.
28.
So right here, that's about halfway. What would that halfway mark be?
28 and 26.
0.26. Halfway would be,
3.
how about 5? Wouldn't 5? Because if I made the little ticks in here, right? So where would 28 and 266 thousandths be?
Oh, right about there.
About right there, right? Hey, let's see. We want to round to the nearest hundredths. So if we want to round to the nearest hundredths, what number am I going to look at? Which one's in the hundredths? 6-1 or 6-2? 6-1. So what number do I need to look at?
6.
It's going to look at this number. What does this 6 tell this 6 to do? Go up. So it goes up to
7.
what do I do with the rest of these? The numbers that right.
The one difference is from the 6.
Would I have to put a 0 right here?
No.
Could you?
Yeah.
Is it the same?
Yeah.
So is 28 and 270 thousandths the same as 28 and 27 hundredths?
Yeah.
Yes. So you could have the 0, you wouldn't have to, right? Remember when I had the boxes drawn up here? Okay. Questions? What questions do we have?
No.
Go ahead.
So if it's the same or higher, like the number 6,000, 600.
So it's numbers 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. You round up. Zeros 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It stays the same. Olivia.
Yeah.
Okay. Morgan. You want me to write that on the board?
Yeah.
Let me do it over here.
Isn't it 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 stay the same?
Yep.
Then the rest go up. Somebody said
Okay, there's that. What?
Isn't like they're saying for that for a lot.
That I don't know. Morgan.
I should go from the two, the 20, like,
From here to here?
no, the one above that.
This one?
Not above that one.
That one?
The
What?
28,265.
Yeah,
How'd I get that?
yeah, but then.
So if I drew my little ticks in here. This would be 28.261, 28.262, 28.263, 0.264, 0.265, and so forth.
How'd you go from the 5 to the 6?
Because I knew 5 is halfway. 0.265, right? What? Here. So that this one that I starred, that's where it would go. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I put that one there so I knew where halfway was. Okay. And then so that way I could find out where 0.266 was. Does that answer it? Okay, Olivia.
Okay, so this right on the line.
Okay, because 28.2, that's also the same as 28.20. Right? They just got rid of the 0. After a decimal, if 0 ends the number, you don't have to have it. You can, just like I said here, you can have it, but you don't have to. So this would be the same as 28 and 30 hundredths, right? Because if I made it as a fraction, 30 over 100, right? Couldn't I simplify that to 3/10? So that's why. Okay.
How come you asked, or like the 6,000s told the hundreds to go down when it was.
You always look to the number to the right. You always look to the right when you're rounding. Does that answer it? Okay, what other questions do we have? Can I go on to the next one? Yes, no? Okay. Speeds are also measured to the nearest thousands. The fastest speed in a race was 96 and 479 thousandths miles per hour. Write the speed in the place value chart. Okay, what goes in the tens? What goes in the thousandths? What goes in the ones? What goes in the hundredths? And what goes in the tenths? Okay, we want to round this speed to the nearest hundredths. So if we want to round to the nearest hundredths, what number would I underline? The 7. What number is in the hundredths place value? The 7, right? Okay, which number will the 7 look at to figure out what to do? The 9. Okay, because we go to the number to the right. What does the 9 tell the 7 to do? Go up. What would 7 go up to? What would the 9 become? Or leave it. Okay. What do I do with the numbers before the underlined one? Leave them the same. So what would 96 and 479 thousandths round to the nearest hundredths? 96 and 48 hundredths. Okay. Now we want to round it to the nearest tenths. If I'm rounding to the nearest tenth, which number would I underline? What? 96 and 479 thousandths. If I want to round to the nearest tenths, does your mom have cough drops? You want to go get one? Go for it. What number do I need to underline if I'm rounding to the nearest tenths?
4.
The 4. What number is the 4 going to look at?
7.
See why I like to draw my arrows too?
Yeah.
Parker, are you paying attention? What does the 7 tell the 4 to do?
Go up.
So what would the 4 be?
5.
What, then my decimal, what do I do with my numbers before it? Do I have to put zeros here?
No.
Nope. So what would this be rounded to the nearest tenths? 96 and 5/10. 96 and 5/10. Okay. Okay, a professional race car driver's speed in a race was 212 and 809 thousandths mile per hour. What is the speed rounded to the nearest hundredth? Okay, so let's do the hundredths first. If I'm rounding to the nearest hundredths, what would I underline?
8 or 0.
The 0. What number is that 0 going to look at? 9. What's the 9 tell the 0 to do?
Go up.
Go up. What do I do with the rest of the numbers before it? Keep them. So what does it round to the nearest hundredths?
212 down 81 hundredths.
Okay, now we want to round to the nearest tenths. If I want to round to the nearest tenths, which number will I underline?
8.
Because it's in the tenth spot, right? What number is the 8 going to look at? What's the 0 tell the 8 to do? So it's going to be an 8. What do I do with the numbers before it? Say the same. How would I say that?
8.
And 8/10. Yes.
So whatever the one the number's looking at is the one. So like since the 0 is another 9,
But yeah, the one that your arrow points to is the one that tells you what to do. Okay, so the one that your arrow points to tells the underlying number what to do.
I thought it was whatever number was getting forward.
No, nope. The number you're underlining, it looks to the next number. So it's like, hey, what should I do? Go up or stay the same, right? And then this number will tell this one what to do. Yes.
Can you only do the ones after the decimal, or can you do the ones before the decimal too?
I'll show you. Okay, now they want us to round to the nearest whole number. What number would I underline for the nearest whole number? So a whole number would be like, let's get rid of the decimal. So what number would I underline?
2.
The 2 in the which spot?
1.
In the ones. Okay, so Camden, which number am I going to look at?
8.
The 8. And the 8 is going to tell the 2 what to do. So everybody, what does the 8 tell the 2 to do?
Go up.
Go up. So this 2 is going to become a, what do I do with the other numbers before it? Keep them. They stay the same. Whoops. Okay. What questions do we have on that one? Probably because there's not a lot of things that you measure that have that many decimals, would be my guess. Okay, we're going to try some on our own. Nope. Okay. Let's do 5 and 935 thousandths rounded to the nearest tenths. Okay. So what number would we underline? The 9. What number is the 9 going to look at?
3.
The 3. Okay, once you have it, raise your hand and either myself or Mrs. Dryling will come look at it. So I know I said you can put the zeros after it, but when they want you to round to the nearest tenths, if you put the zeros after it, wouldn't that change it to the thousandths? So don't have the zeros after it. Good. 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 Yeah. We're good. Did you erase them? Yeah. Good. Technically, it's the same number, but when they want it a specific place value, we can't do that. Once you've done one number, nothing else.
It's the three till the nine to go up. Okay, the second one. Right. Like the same.
Not really. Okay. One does the three till the nine last year. What do I need to do with those? Has everyone been checked? Yes, for the first one. Hey, oh, let me write it for stanza here. Okay, go ahead. So now they want it for the nearest hundredths. The hundredths. Which one will I underline? The 3. And what number will the 3 look at? The 5. Go ahead and do it. Raise your hand. We got 5.94. Hey, I want you to do number 6 on your own. Are you doing a decimal? Could there be any numbers behind the decimals?
I thought you said we were doing it all.
Huh?
Like you said, you're doing.
You know, either.
Yeah.
Like,
Wow.
did you like
I'm not ready.
Hey, you guys need to be considerate. People talk. Hey, has everybody been checked? Okay, let's just look at a couple here. Okay, name the place value to which the whole number was rounded. So we have 783 thousandths was rounded to 78 hundredths. So over here, which number did they underline? What do you, what? The 8, right? So what place value was that? Hundredths. So we had 4 and 559 thousandths was rounded to 4 and 6 tenths. So looking at the first one, what number did they underline, Luna? The first 5 or the second one? So here, that would round to 4.56.
No,
The first 5, right? Okay, so what place value did they round to? The tenths. Okay, 3 and 249 thousandths was rounded to 3 and 25 hundredths. What number did they underline over here, Harper?
The 4.
The 4. What place value is that? Hundredths. Okay. All right, we're going to look at the homework. Huh? Oh, homework book. Yes, please. Hey, 8.3. Keep it for now. Let's not. Hey, make sure your name gets put at the top. Mason, how's your sister's car look? The what? Oh, it's just broken. Well, that's will be an easy fix, right? Hopefully. So who did she run into? Who was in front of her? I know there was like 4 cars.
Ben ran into Maggie. Maggie ran into Trayson.
And Trayson ran into Owen.
Yeah.
Bummer. Okay. A train travels at the speed shown on the digital readout. What is the speed of the train rounded to the nearest tenth? What is the speed of the train rounded to the nearest hundredth? So they're asking for speed. What will both of them be labeled as? Kilometers per hour. A long train carries 74,626,831 and 800 kilograms of iron ore. What is the mass of ore rounded to the nearest tenth? Okay. What will we label that one as? What are we weighing the mass in? Kilograms. Can you just put kg? Yes, you can. Okay. 3, 4, 5, and 6. They tell you the place value you're rounding to. Number 4, will there be a decimal in your answer? No. Okay, Mark said that the speed of a horsefly rounded to the nearest tenth was 1.9 meters each second. Is he correct? Okay, a horsefly. Where did he get? Oh, housefly. Housefly, that's why. Okay, so housefly, 1.967. Rounded to the nearest tenth. What number would I underline? The 9. Rounded to the nearest tenth. What's in the tenth place? The 9. So the 9 is going to look at the 6. What does the 6 tell the 9 to do? Go up to 10. So I'd have my 0 and a 1, right? So what's 1 and 1? So what does 1.9 1 and 967 thousandths rounded to the nearest tenths become 2. 2 what? Meters per second. Meters per second. Okay.
We have to put the.
You put this. Well, here, because they wanted it rounded to the nearest tenth. Isn't this the 10th spot?
Yeah.
So they want that there, right? So was he correct? No, he was not correct. How do you even write with that thing? How do you even write with that?
Carefully. You should see Bryce's, because
I
it's
saw
like
it.
down to here.
Okay, let's turn the page. Okay. Select all the numbers that round to 6,347 and 8/10. So there's 1, there's 2, there's 3. There's 3 of them. Okay, when driving a peregrine falcon when diving, this falcon can reach a speed of 321 and 869 thousandths kilometers each hour. Round this speed to the nearest hundredth and locate it on the number line. Whoops, way off. What number am I going to underline?
The 6.
What's the 6 going to look at?
The 9.
What's the 9 tell the 6 to do? And then the rest before it stay the same. So this is 321.8. This is 321.9. What would this one be here? 321.81. What would this one be?
82.
0.82, 0.83, 0.84, 0.85. Yep. Where would it go? 0.87. So it would go right there. Let's cross out number 10. Number 11, you're just solving. When you subtract fractions, what do you have to do? First, you have to
Make it improper.
Then you have to find a common denominator. Number 12, you don't have to draw a visual model, but I want you to find the answer. So 1/4 times 2. How do we multiply fractions?
Top times top, bottom times bottom.
Do I find a common denominator when I multiply? Nope. Okay, how about